1952 political decision, Ike or Stevenson? The reaction? More than 50 million Americans, stirred by one of the hardest fought campaigns of modern times, cast their votes. Ballots topped the old mark by more than 5 million. Hour after hour, the rush continued. General Eisenhower voted near his Columbia University home, accompanied by his Mamie. 2 votes for Ike. From cities, towns, villages, and hamlets, the voters came to choose the man who would direct the nation's destinies for the next 4 years. In Whittier, California, Senator Nixon, looking confident after voting, left the polls with his wife, Pat. In the tiny town hall, Illinois Governor Stevenson waited in line with his neighbors to vote for what he called the best Democratic ticket I've seen. Huntsville, Alabama's first citizen, Senator Sparkman, recorded his preference. Retiring President Harry Truman voted for his ticket. In Massachusetts, voted John Kennedy, a man we were to hear much about in this and future campaigns. As polls closed across the nation, Republican headquarters in New York waited expectantly. Early reports encouraged Ike supporters. In Democratic headquarters in Washington, campaign workers waited for the Stevenson trend to develop. But Stevenson continued to drop behind as votes were reported from all over the country. Ike took a lead of 29 states well before midnight. Republican victory seemed forecast as the bulletins continued to spell Democratic defeat. Democratic hopes of a homestretch miracle dwindled as state after state slid securely into the Republican column. Illinois, Indiana, Massachusetts, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania. The breaking of the solid South was the bitterest disappointment. The New York Times flashed, Ike's in by a landslide. Bedlam broke loose at GOP headquarters. Jubilant campaign workers filled the air with confetti and cheers. The Republican celebration reached its peak when the president-elect, with his beaming wife at his side, told the crowd that Stevenson had conceded in a telegram to him. Ike read his own reply.
I thank you for your courteous and generous message. Recognizing the intensity of the difficulties that lie ahead, it is clearly necessary that men and women of goodwill of both parties forget the political strife through which we have passed and devote themselves to the single purpose of a better future. This, I believe, they will do.
Ike's victory came with the greatest popular vote ever given a president.